Hey, you are watching Sporty Jordy, and Tom Brady is going to be making his 10th Super Bowl appearance. And if you forgot, he is doing so on his first season with a brand new team. The man, as if he wasn't already goated, has made sure that no other arguments on the topic can be made. Now, is he my favorite person ever? Absolutely not. Do I like to come at him? Yes, but he is the best. I can acknowledge that he is the best. He can acknowledge that he is the best. We can all acknowledge that he is the best. So it is fair to come at him, right? That's logical. If we all just talked about how great he was all of the time, things would get boring. So I'm here to spice it up. But all my Pats fans, all my Bucks fans, or just Tom Brady supporters in general, you can all enjoy the next approximately 5 seconds because I am going to acknowledge that he is the greatest of all time. Not a single person can deny that, and everything that he has done this season has just emphasized what we all already knew. I do not take it easy on him often, so you all can just enjoy it while you have it for this brief moment, because I can assure you it will not be long-lived. He and the Bucks will be hosting, which is so weird to say. This is the first time ever that a team is going to have home field advantage for a Super Bowl, which is straight up terrifying, knowing that Thomas is just going to be completely in his element in this game. I will be transparent with you guys. I do not like to hide my feelings, even when I'm wrong. I was rooting so hard against the Buccaneers that you would have thought I was born and raised in Wisconsin. And it's actually funny because in week 1, I literally predicted a Chiefs-Bucks Super Bowl. So I should have been pulling for my original prediction because seriously, how often do you actually get that right? However, I was 100% willing to risk my pride to send Aaron Rodgers to the Super Bowl. Now though, that it's all over, it is kind of cool that I got that right. If we are being honest, like I promised I would, I was devastated after that game, genuinely heartbroken. Wait, I actually think I have the picture of my reaction to when the game was over. I sent it to my bestie girl, Sam, who is the girl who talks sports. I will make sure to include a link to her newest video in my description, so make sure to go check her out. Love ya. Oh my God, yes, I have it. I literally have it. Oh my God, I'm gonna put it in here. Look at me. Look at me. That is literally the face of pure defeat. Poor little thing. It was also just an extremely frustrating game to watch. I prayed and prayed and prayed that both the NFC and the AFC Championship games would be these close, exciting games. That was all I wanted. And then in the third quarter of this game, I was literally praying to Jesus Christ himself to just make it stop because my anxiety I couldn't handle it. And the worst part about all of it was at one point the Packers were trailing by 18. I still had hope for them though. Then they came back, they were only trailing by 5. All they needed was a touchdown. One freaking touchdown. None other than the Thomas Brady ended three consecutive drives by throwing a pick. I was convinced that Brady thought that Jair Alexander was literally on his team because twice in a row, and it was right to him, but whatever. The Packers offense just could not do anything. Losing Aaron Jones, I know how big of a loss that is. I know how much that hurts, but still, you needed one touchdown. And you got 3 extra chances to try and make that happen. Handed to you from Tom Brady himself. Ugh. Throughout this game, there were 3 major frustrations that I experienced that triggered my anxiety, thus leading my blood to frickin' boil. The Packers offense coming up short lands in 3rd place. It was a dagger. Don't get me wrong, but this was not something that I didn't entirely see coming. The injuries absolutely did not help. And then their O-line just being entirely non-existent? What the heck was that? Aaron Rodgers had no time to do anything, and then he looked like Carson freaking Wentz with how much he was getting sacked. But the Packers' questionable decision-making absolutely has to top this, and that gives it a spot at number 2 on my list. I guess this goes hand in hand with my previous frustration, but why Matt LaFleur would put his team's fate in the hands of their defense on multiple occasions, that one made me want to take his job on the spot. Sir, you have Aaron Rodgers, who is literally known for making the impossible possible. I believe it was early on in the 4th when I noticed this for the first time. They didn't go for it on a 4th down when they were basically in their own end zone anyway. And I was just like, are you joking? With this much on the line, you are about to lose your 4th NFC Championship game in 7 seasons, and you're not going to go for it on a 4th down? Nope, they didn't. They just punted it away. So at this moment, at this point in the game, I am heated. But then, with 2 minutes remaining, 4th and goal, so let's kick a field goal. You're still trailing with Tom Brady on the other end of the field. When I tell you, my soul left my body in that exact moment. If the field goal would have gotten them the lead, that's an entirely different story, but it didn't. I don't care that you have all of your timeouts. If it was any other quarterback in any other normal game and you want to play it safe, fine, do what you will. Oh my God, it still hurts. But this was literally the most ridiculous decision I have seen in a very long time. And oh my God, my foot is so asleep. Oh my God, we might have to amputate. Not going for it right there. That was it. I knew it in my veins that it was over in that exact moment. But for some reason, my head was still lost in this sense of hope. Hope is a dangerous thing, my friends. I am not joking. It was so bad, literally to the point where the game had actually ended. Final score on the board. The Buccaneers are celebrating, and I still had not accepted that Aaron Rodgers was not going to be in the Super Bowl. However, the number one most frustrating thing about this game was the fact that there were 3 missed holding calls on the Bucs defense. Did I accuse Tom Brady of paying refs? Potentially, but can you blame me? Not 1, not 2, but 3 flags that should have been thrown that were never thrown. And these were at some pretty pivotal, I literally cannot say this, big plays that I think would have been completions, if there had been no interference. And it was funny. It was just really funny because the broadcast was just showing all of us at home literally throwing it in our face, showing the entire play in slow motion, stopping it, literally pausing it on the exact moment that you could clearly see a hold. And yet nothing. No flags, not a single one, nothing was done about it. I am all for letting the players play and all that good stuff. I can agree that the NFL has gotten very vanilla with certain things, so I could have accepted it if they just, weren't calling any instances like this. But what really set me over the edge, with 1:41 remaining, the Packers got hit with a late holding call that gave the Bucs a first down. That iced the game. So yeah, as you can imagine, I was a complete ray of sunshine in that exact moment. Not a single expletive was dropped. Not one. I am a lady. And that was how it ended. NFC Championship game. Woo! Now going into the AFC Championship game, I was having a very hard time functioning, because of the depression. I literally looked at my mom and said, I cannot survive another football game right now. I can't do this again. I am not a drama queen. How dare you call me that? This game was a little different though. I was rooting for the Bills. Yes, this was a day full of disappointment for me. A lot of my family grew up and still lives in upstate New York. They are dedicated Bills fans. I wanted it for them, and I just absolutely love this team. But there is just something so special about Mahomes and the Chiefs, so I can never intentionally root against them per se. So that made it a little easier on me. Thank God. Yes, I was upset to see the Bills lose, but at least I can still root for the Chiefs. I am very excited to see them in another Super Bowl, and I'm really happy for them. When the Bills came out, I was still in a very fragile state. They went up 3-0, and then they had the whole punt, fumble, recovery, shebang thing. So them punting then turns into them being set up for a 1st and goal where they easily go up 9-0 in the first. My heart started racing again. I was like, oh my God, here we go. But after this, they just did not look like the Bills we've seen for the majority of this season. Or they did, and the Chiefs are just that good. The Chiefs ended up just taking this thing and they ran. And then when it was over, they just kept running. They ended up on top 38-24, and now I think it is safe to say that the league is just dominated by Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes at this point, and I think we should just name each conference after them. Call it a day, make it easy on everyone. To all other teams, you can try, you can come very close, but up against these two, you will fail. The Super Bowl will be taking place Sunday, February 7th at 6:30 p.m. And now we just have some time to recover and prepare for that game. You either win or you die. In the meantime, however, there is no shortage of news from teams who are already in the offseason to keep us entertained. In this week alone, we have had 3 legendary tight ends. Oh my God, I was gonna say players, but that's actually pretty crazy. They're all literally tight ends. Vance McDonald, Greg Olsen, and most recently Jason Witten have all officially retired after having incredible careers in the league. I'm telling you, this is going to look like an entirely different league in 2021, and it's gonna be so weird. In my last video, I talked a lot about the Deshaun Watson trade rumors, and now there is another quarterback that legitimately has a reason to be added to our trade tracker. The Watson situation still seems to be leaning more towards talk and what if situations, but I said it last week and I'll stand by it again this week. My best case scenario for him is to end up in Miami, but the latest that I have heard is that he would prefer to end up on the Jets. Let me make one thing very clear though. Houston still claims they don't want to move on from Watson, and even if he can convince them to trade him, if they can get what they want for him, nothing about this can even be done until March 17th when the 2021 season actually starts. But for Matthew Stafford, he is fully on the market. Therefore, he is officially on our trade tracker. Him and the Detroit Lions mutually just agreed to part ways. Realistically, there are 6 teams that he could end up on, and they are Washington, Colts, the Bears, the Panthers, the 49ers, and the Rams. Personally, I think the Patriots should be included in this. I think they are the best landing spot for him, and I think he is the best answer for their organization. But nobody listens to me. There is not enough evidence circulating the internet right now for me to believe that the Patriots are a realistic option for Matt Stafford. Why? I don't know, but that's just how it is right now. Now, this is where things get interesting because you have teams like the Jets, the 49ers, and the Rams that all have quarterbacks. With the right coaching, I think Sam Darnold could be unstoppable. Jimmy Garoppolo himself might not be the strongest quarterback, but with their team, he works. That's bread and butter, baby. And Jared Goff might not be stellar, but he's consistently very good and has the potential to get better. So the fact that these teams keep creeping up in quarterback trade conversation is quite fascinating. Adam Schefter, who is all-knowing, has reported that he believes 18 teams could be changing quarterbacks this offseason. There goes my mental health. description down below, because this is where you will find all of the breaking news. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. And now let's try to make it through a week with absolutely no